we are going to get into some of these topics. So what I'm going to first say is welcome. As we know, during the off season, we'll have a plethora of new people find the channel, especially as Formula One begins to approach a new season. Livery launches are being announced. But first, I want to send a big shout out to my family. Big shout out to the Wolfpack members. Big shout out to my Wolfpack mod squad. Big shout out to everybody that supports the channel here and in other places. And big shout out to Paul, S450 rider, still leading in the championship points for the Wolfpack Epic Grudge Racing Championship Series. Had a rough week, but managed to make it very salvageable and still collect points, which kept him in the leader spot. Big shout out to Sean Nashan, our latest driver of the day, and somebody who started at the back and wound up making a very nice come up. And what we are going to do now is I'm going to get into some things. Paul just turned blue. As soon as he was saying that he didn't know if he was going to be blue, Paul Kozlowski, congratulations, being an OG blue member, went from green to blue literally in the live chat. My man is green up top and literally turned blue. Yo, Wolfpack platform said it is bestowed upon you. Paul, congratulations, joining Sylvia Wick, Mary Beanie, Blue Diva, the OG squad, and having a blue badge right before our very eyes. That's crazy. But I want to get into some things. And first, I'm going to make a mention on some things because I believe they're not being talked about, probably because a lot of people feel like, oh, it's not Formula One, but it affects Formula One. Because if it affects the way that we as everyday people live our lives, if it affects the way that we as everyday people interact with each other, might affect family members, friends, affect us in other ways. Paul says finally, tired, blue badge, turned blue badge. Thanks everyone, 1 year, love you all. That is real. Listen, when you got blue badges in your circle, those are members that have been riding with you for a year or more. Big shout out to Paul. Thanks you very much for the super chat. Paul, always a big supporter here at the channel. Big shout out to you. So what I will say right now is this. I'm going to say I see, and people should understand, everything is not as it appears on the surface. And when people start to try and hide things from you, you have to wonder if the proposed agenda is really that agenda. I see what's up with the Israel and Hamas war. I see that. I see what's going on. Big condolences to everybody that is involved in that on a collateral damage level, because there are people that are collateral damage. And a lot of them don't want us to see the kids that are being killed and mangled, the family members, women and men that are being killed and mangled, that are not in governmental positions, that are not sitting up here and trying to make an agenda or opposing each other. They're strictly caught in the middle. Let's not lose sight of that. There are people just like us here that would be caught in the middle and have been caught in the middle that don't want anything to do with that. And people are acting as if those individuals, that those victims are part of that war. That's not the case. Okay. I've seen a lot of despicable, disgusting comments and things being hurled at either people, the Palestinian or Israel. And I'm telling you, some of those people ain't got nothing to do with it. I see what the social media is doing as far as them attacking Sean King, somebody who is very positive in doing many things for many groups of people when they are done wrong, especially black people in America. I seen his work, I seen what he's done, and I seen what they're doing. They're attacking this man, trying to take him down everywhere he is. I've seen Israeli soldiers joking about him. How do Israeli soldiers even know about Sean King? Just think about it. Nikki Haley, Republican presidential candidate, wants to try to ignore the fact that civil rights had anything to do with slavery in the balance. These are things that are going on. These are things that y'all got to open your eyes up to as far as our political and our governments are concerned, and even how some of these Formula One teams interact with other places that they go in and they come out of as far as their activations, and the fact they like to turn a blind eye to situations. Where is Races One? Is that really on a big thing? Where are we going into races where we've seen women's rights totally destroyed? Where we've seen civil rights totally destroyed? What is up with that? See, we can't ignore all this stuff. And at the same time, Formula One wants us to, because they just want to sell. But there's a medium. You could be on the right side of history and still make money. But you got to wonder about those intentions. So Nikki Haley, definitely. What are you talking about? Jesse James Bell been off the grid a bit. So what does 2024 look like, Jay? Happy New Year's. We about to get into it, bro. We about to talk about a lot of things that's coming in 2024. But we're going to talk about some important issues right now I don't want us to ignore. How about Florida trying to teach that slavery was a benefit for black people? That slavery was a benefit for people of African descent? Florida is literally trying to teach this. Y'all better open your eyes to some things. Biden sucks ass. I'm trying to tell you right now, Biden sucks, okay? And people need to get off Democratic and Republican parties. Neither one of these parties are really for us as people working class in America that really build America. You better start getting with the whole turn that I've been saying here. People over politics, character over color. I'm serious when I say that. All right. What about the fact that they are trying to lower the age of consent to damn near 14 for sexual situations? Are you crazy? Do you not know what that really is about? Lowering that, you want to lower the age of consent for something as important as sex, but yet they can't vote. So you can decide to be with a grown ass man or woman that's well into their 60s and 50s, because these are people that are really pushing for this type of crap, to consent to age and relationship statuses at the age of 14. Human trafficking is a high selling situation, and don't turn a blind eye to that. How about the fact that they've been talking about removing college students from being able to vote? All right, I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying. These are real things that's going on. I don't want y'all to think, and I don't want y'all to forget about it. We get into this Formula One bit, and sometimes we get into it to remove ourselves from things outside so we can have something to enjoy. But I'm telling you, there's important issues that sit before us that we should not ignore, nor should we turn a blind eye or a deaf ear to in talking about. All right, that's all I'm going to say. We're going to get into Formula One talk right now. Jesse James Bell, big shout out. He want to know what's going on 2024. 2024, Alfa Romeo is no more. Steak, F1, kick it, Hiju, Boom, Jedi, miss it, whatever they want to call themselves. Hibachi cooking, whatever they want to call themselves. Paul says, what the screw red and blue voting? Just vote by the person. Paul, that is what I'm saying, bro. Look at good people and they get absorbed. You want to know why? Because they know when they get into positions like that, they're going to make a ruckus. And when they make a ruckus, it doesn't go in the flow of what people want to do as far as getting rich, being greedy, and more powerful. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. It's disgusting out here. It is disgusting. But let's get into it, Paul. Big shout out to you for that. Jesse James Bell, I see you in the chat, big brother, big bro. Thank you very much for that. The mechanic says, glad to see you in good health, Jay. Congrats, Paul. Man, I'm telling you, it's been rough. I'm going to tell y'all right now, it's been rough. It's been a rough day, but I said I got to go on. I plan to have a lot of these things done in the off season because I know during the season it was going to be, it was going to be hell to go through what I'm going through now in the season and still keep up. You've seen I've been a little bit light, and that's for a very good reason but I want to send a big shout out to everybody who's expressed concern, care, and consideration. All right, the 3 C's, concern, care, and consideration. I appreciate you much. I love you much. A lot of y'all sending get well, all this other stuff. I'm still working through it. I think we on the good side. Possibly that I might go missing a little bit before the season kind of kicks in for some other things to come up, but I will keep the family members abreast of that. So let's talk about this, okay? We have seen, and I don't really. It seems like people got excited, right? People saw Drake and got excited, like, oh, Drake. Sauber, steak, kick. Oh my goodness. Peace to the entire Wolfpack family. The mechanic says, big shout out to you, bro. Supporter of the honey buns, by the way. Let's run down this list, okay? Drake may indeed, because we're not talking about Riri, In the whole Hamilton thing, like them as far, I don't think they invested, although heavily brought in during Miami. Alpine heavily used Tyreek Hill's likeness throughout Miami. And then Alpine also with Mahomes as the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, which they're having a rough season, okay, as one of their investors. Travis Kelce, I mean, he can't get a receiver to catch a ball. Travis Kelce being one of those receivers is being locked up. Travis Kelce not effective this year. He is an Alpine stakes holder. Michael B. Jordan, and it was awfully funny how Michael B. Jordan was also in that investment group with Reynolds and Rob, but he was so left out as far as when they were reporting about that. Do y'all remember that? They said everything about Reynolds and Rob and just totally kind of pretty much ignored Michael B. Jordan, which would have been one of probably 2 black investors in Formula One history to be on that level within a team. The first one went bad, but there's some things that we can go on about that. But they didn't really boast that about Michael B. Jordan. You got to pay attention to that as well. They so busy talking about black history out the books, but yet want to live the building that slaves built. Same, keeping Lewis from number 8. Jesse James Bell spitting facts in the live chat. That ain't no lie. That ain't no lie. Big shout out, big bro, for that. So this is what I'm saying. Alpine, Anthony Joshua, heavyweight boxer, definitely one of the questionable heavyweight champions in the world. Like he just, he got it knocked on his butt by the cream puff marshmallow man. You got Trent, you got Juan, and you got Rob. So we've seen a heavy investment package for a Formula One team that included sports and or movie stars. What impact did it have? That's what we want to know, right? That's what we want to try to find out, right? Paul says, did you see LL? Bro, I was just about to say something about LL Cool J, bro. Did you see LL Cool J on New Year's Eve? Fire shit did. My favorite oriented part of NYE show. Yo, I'm about to mention LL Cool J in a little bit, bro. Also, hey, talking about LL Cool J, Paul, they also had in Miami as one of the announcers. And, Formula One, some Formula One drivers just despised it. Despised the whole ordeal, not necessarily, specifically LL Cool J, the whole ordeal about the announcements and all the rah-rah. But what difference did it make for Alpine to have these investors input this money from such a star-studded cast? We didn't see much of anything. Now, of course, it looks like we should know if that result of money hitting the bank will be correctly utilized in 2024. That's what we're going to find out for Alpine. So guess what? I'm not excited about Drake being paraded around because Drake, to me, I didn't even see a report that he's an investor. Okay. Drake is just a black likeness that they again have used, but have not really included. And this is the thing. This is where I get in. This is where my dig is with Formula One. You use, because I want y'all to tell me, I really want y'all to tell me, other than Bryson, and we see how far that went, right? Other than Bryson, what American black content creator have they introduced into the flow stream of Formula One's ecosystem and has really included them to work with as far as building and bridging this gap from UK to America? Not even that. What UK content creators have they included to bridge this gap of diversity and inclusion from either side that is of color, of black people? Who? And I know y'all know some of us hot on the charts. We bring a different spunk and spice to this altogether. Who? We saw Bryson all up for 5 minutes display not only his character, his acumen, his knowledge, and his very eloquent way of speaking about Formula One, the fundamentals, development, engineering aspects. We saw him do this on Sky Sports television. Where is he? Where is he? I've seen him do a better job at presenting, delivering, and talking about the breakdown of Formula One than some of their professional analysts and some of the content creators that they've included in being involved throughout the season in Formula One. But where is he? Nowhere. No more, no extra try. But hey, we gonna make sure you involve nothing. And that's a damn shame, indictment for real, because Bryson ain't like me. You know, I could be a little bit rash, so I can understand how sometimes teams or Formula One might be a little bit hesitant. But I'm trying to tell y'all need to wake up and get with the program. Everything is not about being mild-tamed and somebody who's going to be a yes man to you. I saw one of the content creators that they included, which was really just a damn joke from the UK. I ain't gonna mention his name, it was just a joke. It really didn't even go nowhere. But it really wasn't, you know, it is what it is. I'm glad bro got his shot, but it really, come on. I can put 3 other people from the UK that probably should have been more involved than that. And I damn sure talk about the US. You don't have a lot of people in the US. When you talk about the United States of America, black content creators for Formula One content, please name me 5. Right off the top of your head, name me 5. I'll wait. So this whole structure is very questionable to me. Drake, I had some more dental work done, so excuse me. Drake being paraded around and put in the limelight of the new era and new direction of Sauber, Stake, F1 Team Kick Sauber. I mean, these names are getting ridiculous for these Formula One teams. Stake, F1, Team Kick Sauber. We getting crazy with these names. These names are getting long as hell. What is it going to do? Nothing. Nothing. It's going to do nothing. This is just another cheap ploy to get a certain demographic of people without fully really investing themselves in ingratiating and accepting a demographic of people. And this is not just of color. This is all of us, period. Even when it comes to financial status of people. You think these tickets in the States for 3 Formula One GPs are the highest ever or among all other GPs makes sense? It's crazy, Paul. Bryson was better than any Sky Sports pundit. Thank you, bro. Thank you. That's facts. That is facts. Now, of course, Will Buxton, awesome at what he does. Sam Collins, awesome. Awesome. Come on, I mean, you got to get to, what we got? Brundle, good job. But Bryson, come on, when are we going to really be included? When are we really going to be included? When are we going to be in these rooms? When are we going to be part of activations? When are you really going to include us other than use us for a temporary base? Think about this. I'm going to even use myself for an example. You saw me, boom, work with McLaren, right? On a pretty nice level, right? But you got to also look and think about, when did they choose to deal with Wolfpack on that level, and who was it to represent and or work with? And have you seen Wolfpack, including with McLaren, working with them on another level with a different demographic of people? Have you seen Oscar Piastri? No. Did you see Alex Palou? No. Have you seen Lando Norris? No. Have you seen Zach Brown? No. We got Emma, right? Had Emma from the XC team of McLaren. Have you seen anything else? No. Think about what we did here. Matter of fact, involving Sauber, involving Alfa Romeo. Think about what we did here. We as a family collectively collected money, put money together to support Imola, the citizens of Imola who had a horrific situation which canceled a Grand Prix race. And we put our love, positive vibes, and financial action into play, which I had to think about this. Think about how bad I had to try and reach out to Sauber, to Alfa Romeo, just to get the money in their hands. I had to go through, and big shout out to my contact at McLaren that assisted, and then finally somebody at Alfa Romeo reaching back. But think about that. Think about a content creator and his family came together, put on an Imola esports race and donated all the proceeds plus some. Did y'all see anything? Did y'all see one post that said, thank you to Wolfpack Performance family? Did y'all see one mention? Big shout out to family on social media that actually came together to do some good. Did y'all see any of that? Why? Think about it. Why? I'm talking about even giving y'all the credit. Why? We've seen them reach out, mention people that done less more often. Nothing. By the way, big shout out because we also received in, I went ahead, found a way to do it. Boom, got the auction. First Valtteri Joe signed autograph poster went out to somebody. So we did it right. But I'm just saying, think about it. Include us, right? So Drake, this don't mean crap for me. This is the same guy that got railed by Pusha T. Facts. This is the same guy that got the business from Meek Mills. This is the same guy that was stealing lyrics from the 6. This is the same guy where you can go find him rapping lyrics that belong to another rapper word for word for word. This is the new era LL Cool J. I'm not saying he's not a good performer. He's definitely not a lyricist. I'm not saying he's not a good rapper. Drake is a successful rapper. But what does it mean for me when I see him and Stake F1 kick Sauber? It doesn't mean diddly damn squat because I still want to know. This is the same dude that came into battle rap talking about he was the greatest lyricist, but never took a rap battle. This is the same guy talking about he's the best lyricist and wouldn't battle rap Mook. Would never put his battle rap testament to the test. This is the same guy because he know he not lyrical like that. So it doesn't mean anything when I see Drake or see their little 20-second video of them talking about they're taking the wheel. Stake, kick does not mean anything to me. It is a betting house, cryptocurrency, and a streaming platform. Absolutely nothing do they know or have to do with Formula One other than putting money in and being a sponsor, which big shout out to that. How much will it bring to Formula One? I don't know. We saw several crypto incidences and pitfalls last season, including with Mercedes. Let's not forget about that. Cryptocurrency right now ain't got the best rap record in Formula One. We saw what happened last season. And let's also not forget, it is pretty suspicious. Go back and look at it. Cryptocurrency deaths of CEOs or owners within cryptocurrency that just wound up dead. The latest one that happened, Cash, just think about it. I'm just saying, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. So cryptocurrency doesn't be like, oh, wow, Sauber about to be running it up this season. They about to be on rails. Listen, Sauber since 2019 has been no higher up in the standings than 6th, and they've been as low as 9th. There are 10 teams on the grid. Is Kick, Stake, and Drake going to make Sauber all of a sudden perform better? That's really what I want to know. I'll give them a big shout out for the livery last season because they had the hottest livery to me last season. That livery right there was the hottest livery last season to me, hands down. There are some questionable ones in there we can go with, but that livery right there was hot. But is it going to do anything but deliver good liveries? What about performing pace? Are we going to see you be reliable enough for your drivers to finish a race? And I ain't trying to rap a rhyme here, but it's just happening on accident. Are we going to see that? Are we going to see a power unit from Ferrari that is going to be reliable for you this season? Or maybe should you be looking for a different PU deal once this one is up? All this stuff right here is just fluff until the 2026 Audi bus pulls in. I don't think we're going to see nothing real big different. Like about last launch, it was so much focus. Oh, we going to work on the rear of the car. We got all this happening and nothing happened. You almost disappeared from the talks of Formula One. Some races, I don't even think you was mentioned. If you were, it was so small and bloop, it was gone. What is this going to do? So don't get all excited and up in arms about them parading Drake's likeness around. They like to do that. They parade the likeness. I want to know what's going to happen as far as performance. I want to know what's going to happen as far as updates and developments that are going to turn themselves into upgrades and pace performance. That's what I want to know. I want to know, is your driver in Valtteri Bottas going to be able to perform similar or even something that resembled the way he performed at Mercedes? That's what I want to know. Valtteri lightweight should have took a less money and a deal to be with Mercedes, but I ain't saying he would have been. I ain't saying he would have been a champion because they ain't been that. But I think it would have been a better situation for Mercedes than what they had with Russell. But in the end, Russell's going to be that guy anyway because Mercedes has to look towards the future. So that was going to be inevitable, and they could not afford to miss the opportunity. Although right now it's very questionable about Russell and his ability in Mercedes. Especially after, losing the Mr. Top 5 situation when your partner driver in Lewis Hamilton was taking the grunt of the work 2022 to try to get as much data as they could to come into 2023. We see what happened as far as that was concerned. Russell wasn't even ranked top 10 by his peers in what we talked about. You see it right there. He wasn't even ranked in the top 10. Lewis Hamilton was ranked 2. Just saying, but not saying. So what is this going to do for Valtteri and Zhou? Are we going to see them be happier? Are we going to see them have more opportunities? Because a lot of times DNFs ain't no opportunities. Zhou went out and came right back and went in and came right back out. Like, are they going to be able to stay on track the entirety of a race without it being something of impact or collision that's going to cause them to come off? Not development, mechanical downfalls, damn power unit failures. Is any of this stuff going to assist them coming up next season? All this stake kick. Now, let's also remember that stake being a betting and cryptocurrency house could be some issues for Sauber in areas, which is why they got Kick. But Kick is pretty much like a subsidiary of Stake, but it's a streaming platform. So it's pretty often that I'm wondering, will we see the Kick logo big and broad, then we'll see Stake F1? A betting house and cryptocurrency situation. I want to know how that's going to go. Because right there, they got stake real big. But I wonder if that big stake is going to have to be small, like a little small patio stake sometimes, because it's not going to be highly looked upon. Situations may arise. Investigations might come up. That could be a problem. So we'll see how this partnership goes. All right. Or will we see Sauber kind of mimic Haas as far as we're going to have to find a new main sponsorship partner every season until Audi actually enters into the sport? Is that what we're going to see? We'll see what happens with that. But like I said, they ain't been no higher than 6 since 2019. They've been floating 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9. That's where they've been. So, no, I'm not all excited about Drake putting his voice on the 20-second track at Sauber YouTube channel. Go check it out. It was like, okay, who's taking the wheel? Please, Jesus, take the wheel. Somebody take the wheel. Powers to be, take the wheel, because Sauber needs it. Performance has been lackluster. And you would think with a Ferrari power unit, it should be better, but we see what Ferrari's doing with Ferrari power units. Talking about Ferrari, we looking to see what they're going to do next season. So, yeah, we will be here with the livery launches, as many as I can, depending on time, dates, and all the other stuff. There are some livery launches that I'm damn sure going to make sure that we are here for. Definitely Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, maybe even Aston Martin, of course, Red Bull. But some of the other ones, we'll see what we do on those. We will be racing this weekend in our esports race. The big package of the season right here will go to the number 1 uno macho driver of the championship series. They will get this Fanatec wheel, Fanatec base, which is PC, PlayStation, Xbox compatible, and Fanatec pedals. Other drivers will have other prizes in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and I believe 5th. I want to include 5th, but I know for sure 4th. And we will have driver of the day honey buns with Formula One Attack member cards that will go out. Sean Nashun is our recent driver of the day. And big shout out to him. Before that was So Fresh. So we will have another race this weekend. I am considering doing it on a Saturday evening to try to see if maybe opens up the doors for other people to get in and stay up late versus early Sunday morning. So you will watch out for the post on that. Watch out for the link. I will have that up, if not tonight, by tomorrow, because at this point in time, I've utilized a lot of energy on here and I got to go ahead and lay it back down. So big shout out to everybody. Like I said, we're going to be throughout this season as we come into livery launches announced. Some are already coming out, going to be happening on Valentine's Day. We already will post those dates, and then we will go from there and see what we see what kind of liveries they're going to bring, see what the tone and the temperature of the teams are. And I will talk about tone and temperature because I done checked some temperatures out here in this content creator world, and I see you. All right, I see you. So big shout out to everybody, and let's go for a new 2024, all right? About to boom up. So guess what? Wolfpack out. Y'all be safe. Have a good night. Peace.